Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to our new video. We are diving deep into the world of productivity and organization with a brand new To-Do app, where we are developing the complete app from scratch with Flutter and Firebase. If you find the content valuable and want to see more tutorials like this, please take a moment to hit that like button down below. Our goal for this video is 100 likes. Every like counts, and we appreciate each and every one of you for helping us to reach this goal. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on the exciting videos we have on the store. So now let's get started. But before moving to the code, let me show you what all things we will learn on today's video and how our app will look alike at the end of this video. So basically, we are going to build the complete To-Do app from scratch where I will tell you how to code stunning user interface, how to connect the Android iOS app with Firebase. Then we will go to the Firebase Firestore and set up the complete Firestore so that user can upload the data. We will also add the packages from the Pub.dev and many more. So here is the home page of our app, and you can see the username at the top with the three texts today, tomorrow and next week. So you have seen on many to-do app that user can upload the data for today, but in our app will allow the user to upload the work for tomorrow and for the next week. I will also teach you how to move the container from one text to the another and show the elevation for each text here. Now, when we'll click on the floating action button, then the dialog box will be appear here to add the text for the work we need to do for today, tomorrow and next week. So in the text field, I will write go to the gym here and will click on add button. So as you can see, after clicking on add button, it frequently added the first work that we need to do today. Now let's go and we'll add for the work we need to do for tomorrow. So I'll write go to the park here. I'll click on add and we'll do same for the next week. So for the next week, I will write go to the ground and will click on add, and the work we need to do has been uploaded successfully. Now, as you can see that when I am going to each text here like today, tomorrow and next week, it is showing the work we need to do accordingly what we are clicking here. Now let's move and add one more work that we need to do for today. So I'll click on the floating action button again and will change the text to go to the market and we click on add button. So as you can see, our second work has been uploaded to the app here. Now if I completed my first work, then I'll come to the app and will click on the first work checkbox. Then it frequently checkbox the first work that we have completed here. Now if our second work is also completed, then we'll also can checkbox the work we have done. Now we'll do same for the tomorrow. Now I will add the second work here. So I'll write go to the airport and we'll click on add and we'll do same for the next week. So here as you can see that how brilliantly our app is working, and we can upload the separate work for today, tomorrow and next week, and we can upload as many work we want to do for today, tomorrow and next week. And if any of the work is completed, then we'll come to the app and we'll check box the work we have done. But before moving to the code, I have a small request from you. Please do not skip any of the part from this video because I will tell you each and every step how to add the each function in the app, and I will explain you why I have wrote all these things in the code. So now let's move to the code. Now let's move to the main.dart file and we'll make the debug show checked banner to false because as you can see there is a debug banner at the top right position. So making it to false, it will remove the debug banner from the app. Now let's move to the lib folder and we'll create a new folder name pages here, and inside the pages folder I will create a new file name home.dart and will create a stateful widget name home here. Now scaffold, body, container, child, column, children. So now let's move to the main.dart file and I will call the home page here so that I can show you what all things I am writing in home.dart file. So as you can see, after writing the widgets in home.dart file, there is a blue lines appear below the name of the widgets. So I will tell you one trick to remove these blue lines below the widgets that just shown here. So now let's move to the analysis option.yml file, and in the rules I will add the two lines here. Prefer const constructor and will make it to false, and will write prefer const literals to create immutables to false. By adding these two lines, it will almost remove your blue lines in the widgets here. Now I will give the height to the container here. So I will use media query dot of context dot size dot height and will do same for the width. So let me explain you why I have used a media query here. Basically, media query makes your app highly responsive and it helps us to cover the complete width and height of the screen. Now I will write decoration, box decoration, and will pass the linear gradient color here. The reason for using the linear gradient color is because I want to mix three colors in our container here. So whenever you want to mix two or more color together in the container, then you can use a linear gradient color here. So while using the linear gradient color, you can suggest that where you want to start the first color, like from top right position, or end the color with a bottom right position. So let me show how I will add the three colors by using the linear gradient color here. So in the colors, I will pass the customize color code here, and also I want to tell you that when you are passing the customize color code, don't directly write the color code here. Start with 0xFF so that it can read the color code which you enter inside the color function here. So I have wrote all the color code inside the linear gradient color which I want to mix. Now I will hot reload it again. So as you can see, the linear gradient color has mixed three colors in the container, but I want to start the first color from the top left position. So I will use a begin alignment dot top left here, and I want to end the third color from the bottom right position, so I will use alignment dot bottom right. So as you can see, the mixture of three colors has been created in the container here, and it is looking really good, and you can use a linear gradient color to mix two or more colors in the container. Now in the column I will write the text widget, and inside the text widget I will write the text hello Shivam. I will use a /n because I want to change the line inside the text, and will give the styling to the text widget by using the text style, and we'll use colors.white, font size 25.0, font weight dot bold. So as you can see the text here. Now I will show you what is the difference using the margin and padding in the container. So if you use the margin inside the container and you will write edge inside dot only top 50.0 and will hot reload. So as you can see, margin provide the gap from the outside of the container. I want to provide the gap inside the container, so I will use a padding instead of margin here. So edge inside dot only and will provide the padding from the top. So as you can see, we have provided the space from inside the container and will use left 30.0 and will increase the font size of the text. I will change the text in the bold form. Will increase the padding from the top. Now I'll copy the same text widget and will paste below the text widget that I have just wrote here, and in the text I will write good morning and will change the font size to 20.0 and font weight dot w 400 and will provide the height between the two text widgets. So I will use sizebox.height 20.0, sorry 10.0, and will write row children, and inside the row I will pass the container here and will write child text, and in the text I will write today and will give styling to the text widget here by using text style and will use colors.white, font size 20.0, font weight dot bold, and will use decoration, but before that I will give the height from the top and will use decoration box decoration and will pass the customized color code here. So in the color I will write 0xFF and the color code. Now we'll give the border radius to the container here. So border radius dot circular and will pass 20. Now we'll give the padding to the container here. So I will write padding edge inset dot symmetric horizontal 5.0 and vertical 20.0. Sorry, I have wrote horizontal 20.0 and vertical 5.0. So now it's look good. Now let's move and we'll wrap up the container with a material widget so that we can provide the elevation to the container here, and in the elevation I will write 5.0. Now let's move and provide the border radius to the material widget. So border radius dot circular 20. Now I'll copy the same text widget and will paste it inside the row widget and will change the text to tomorrow, and will copy the same text widget again and will paste it inside the row again, and in the text I will write next week and will change the font size to 18.0. Now, as you can see, all the widgets we have provided in the row widget are stuck. So we'll go to the row and we'll write main axis dot alignment and we'll provide the even space here. So I will write main axis alignment dot space evenly. So as you can see, after giving the space, it provides the even space to the each text widget here. Now I will show you how to move the container from one text to the other by clicking to the any of the text here. So let me explain you what I am going to do. So if the user will click on the tomorrow text here, then it will be highlighted with the container that is just present in the today text here, and it will be shown in the form of elevation, and same for the next week. So let me show how I will execute that. So in the bool, I will write today and will assign the today to true and tomorrow to false and next week to false. Now let's move to the row widget and we'll write if today is true, then we'll show the container here, and if not, then we'll show the text widget here, and we'll change the text to today. Now we'll wrap up the text widget with a gesture detector here, and in the on tab function I will tell that if the user will click on the today text, then we'll make the today to true so that we can show the container here, and we'll make other boolean character to false. So we'll make tomorrow to false and next week to false, and we'll refresh using the set state here. Now we'll copy the same thing and we'll do same for the tomorrow and next week. So it is done. Now we'll hot reload it again. Let me show you what all things I have just wrote in the code, and we'll do same in the app. So as you can see, when I click to the tomorrow text here, then the container moved to the tomorrow text and it is showing the tomorrow text in the highlighted form, and today text will change to the normal form, and it will do same for the next week. So it is working brilliantly and our container is moving from one text to the another. Now let's move and we'll show the checkbox here so that user can check what all things they have done and what all things they need to do. Now we'll show the checkbox here so that user can check it if they have done the work in the app. Now we'll show the checkbox with the text they want to do today, tomorrow, or next week. And if they have done the work completely, then they come to the app and can directly check it using the checkbox. Now I will use a checkbox list tile widget here, and in the value I will pass the boolean character here name suggest and will make it to false. So I am writing suggest boolean character here, and in the onChange method I want to execute the new value once the checkbox is checked. So to refresh the checkbox, we'll use our set state and we'll change the value of the suggest. So if the checkbox is checked, then new value will be true and it will assign the suggest to true, and it will tell the checkbox to show the tick mark. And if the tick mark is already there and user click it again, then suggest value will be false and it will tell the checkbox to remove the tick mark from there. Now I will make control affinity list tile control affinity dot leading, and we'll show the active color. Basically active color is something if the box is checked, then we want to show what color we want using the active color here. So here I will pass the customize color code in the active color. Now as you can see, when I click on the checkbox, it shows the active color that I have just passed here. Now I will write title, and in the title I will pass the text widget that I want to show with the checkbox. And in the text, for an example, I will write go to the gym and will provide the styling to the text widget here using the text style and will provide the same color, font size and font weight. Now we'll provide the space from the top, so I will use size box height 20.0. It is done. Now let's move to the scaffold widget here because I want to show the floating action button with a plus icon so that user can directly press to that icon and the dialog box will be appear where the user can directly add the text of what the work he want to add for today, tomorrow or next week. So in the scaffold I will write floating action button and will write floating action button on press, so we'll hot reload it again. So as you can see the floating action button here, but we'll pass the add icon here. So I'll write child icon icons.add and we'll pass the customize color code again for the plus icon and we'll change the size of the icon to 30.0. Now it's look more clear. So I have wrote the complete UI for our to-do app. Now we'll connect the Firebase with the Flutter app so that we can directly upload the data to the Firebase and can show them in our app. So let's move to the Firebase and I will tell you each step to how to connect the Firebase for both Android and iOS, how to change the security rules for Firestore database, how to upload the data to Firestore database, and how to get the data from Firestore by using the StreamBuilder. So I will request you to just follow along with me and just do not skip any of the part from this video so that you can get the end result what I have just shown you in the starting of the video. So now let's move to the Firebase and we'll write the project name here. So I will write to do app and we'll click on continue, again on continue and we'll use default account of Firebase and we'll click on continue. So as you can see, Firebase is creating a project, so wait for a few seconds. So our project has been created successfully. Now let's move to the Firebase. You can see here we can connect the iOS, Android and web app with the help of Firebase. So first I will add the iOS app here, then we'll move to the Android. To connect the iOS app here, we need the Apple bundle ID. So we'll move to the Xcode. So now let's move to the runner and signing and capabilities and we'll copy the bundle identifier from here and we'll paste it inside the Apple bundle ID. Now we'll click on register app and wait for a few seconds. Now download the Google service info.plist file from here and make sure it should be Google service info.plist file. If anything is written rather than this, then please edit it. Now we'll paste the file in the Xcode just below the info and we'll click on finish. Now click on next, again on next, next. Now continue to the console. So as you can see, we have successfully added the iOS app here. Now let's move to the Android and we need the Android package name here. So we'll go to the Android app build.gradle file and we'll copy the application ID from here and we'll paste it inside the Android package name. Now click on register app, download the Google service.json file and we'll paste it inside the Android app folder. So it is done. Now click on next and we'll copy the ID from here and we'll paste it inside the Android build.gradle file in the class path, and we need to change the some few lines of code in the class path. So it is done. Now we'll copy the plugin from here and we'll go to the Android app build.gradle file and we'll paste it inside the apply plugin, and we'll change the few line of the code here. Now we'll copy the dependency from here and we'll paste it to the same file. Now click on next. Now continue to the console. So as you can see, we have successfully added the Android and iOS app here. Now let's move to the Firestore database and set up our complete Firestore for Firebase. Now click on create database and you can use the location. Now click on next and click on enable button. So as you can see, Firestore is setting up some security rules. So wait for a few seconds. Now click on rules and we need to change the rules from false to true. Please do not skip this step or do not miss this step, because if you don't change the security rules from here, then you can't upload the data to the cloud Firestore. Now click on publish. So as you can see, publish changes can take up to a minute. So you can wait up to a minute until uploading the data to the Firestore. Now let's move to the Pub.dev and we need to copy the sum of the packages from here and paste it inside the pub.spec.ml file. So here come our first package name, Firebase core. Now click on this package, go in installing, copy the dependency from here and paste it inside the pub.spec.ml file. Now let's move to the Pub.dev again and we need to copy one more package named Cloud Firestore so that we can upload the data to the Firestore database. Now we'll do same for the Cloud Firestore. Now run the packages. You can use a Command S key to run the package directly with the keyboard if you are using Mac. Now let's move to the main.dart file again and we need to add the few lines of code to enable the Firebase in our Flutter app. So I will write widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized and await Firebase dot initialize app. And make sure if you are using the await, then please write async in the void main function. So now let's move and we'll create the dialog box here and we'll pass the dialog box in the onPress method of the floating action button so that user can directly add the work by using this dialog box. So I'll first create the function name open box here. Now I will write so dialog box and in the builder I will write context and will pass the alert dialog here, and inside the alert dialog function I will write content and will write single child scroll view, and in the single child scroll view will pass the container here, and inside the container will pass the column widget children, and inside the children I will first write icons dot cancel here, and we want to move all the widgets in the starting position. So I'll use cross axis alignment dot start here, and As I've told you, we'll use icons.cancel and we'll wrap up with the gesture director here. The reason for using the cancel icon is because I want that if the user want to close the dialog box, then they will click on the cancel icon and can directly close the dialog box from here. Now in the gesture director, I will write navigator.pop context and will write sizebox.width 60.0, and now we'll use the text widget, and in the text widget I will write the text add the work to do, and will give the styling to the text widget by using the text style function here, and will pass the customize color code here, and will write font size font weight dot bold. Now we'll need to wrap up the all the thing that we have wrote inside the column widget in the row widget. So now we'll write the size box height 20.0, and we'll write one more text widget indicating the user to add the text in the text field that will mention just below this text, and we'll use size box height 10.0, and we'll create a text field here by using the container widget. So in container, we'll first pass the padding. So I will write padding edge inset dot symmetric, and will pass horizontal 10.0, and we'll use decoration box decoration to give the decoration to the container here, and we'll write border dot all, and we'll pass the colors dot black 38 and width 2.0. Now inside the border radius, I will write border radius dot circular and will pass 10 here, and in the child will write text field, and in the controller will pass the text editing controller to manage the text that the user will write on this text field. So we'll use text editing controller to do controller is equals to new text editing controller, and we'll pass this controller to the controller that we have just passed in the text field. Now we'll use a decoration input decoration to give the decoration to the text field, and inside the border I will mention input border dot none, and in the hint text we'll give the hint to the user enter text. Now we'll give the spacing between the two widgets by using the size box, and we'll create a customize button here by using the container widget. So I'll write container and will provide the fixed width here, padding edge inset dot all 5, and we'll give the decoration to the container. So decoration box decoration color, and we'll pass the customized color code here. Now I will give the border radius to the container. Now child text, and inside the text widget I will pass the text add here, and will give the styling to the text widget by using the text style. And will pass the colors.white, and will center the text widget. So it is done. Now let's move to the scaffold widget again, and in the floating action button where we have mentioned the onPress function, I will call the open box so that user can click on the floating action button, dialog box will appear on the screen from where the user can directly add the text for the work they need to do. So now it's look good. Now let's move to the text field and I will add the text here. Go to the gym and we'll click on add, but we didn't added any function to upload the data to the Firebase Firestore. So now let's move to the leaf folder and we'll create a new folder name services here, and inside the services folder we'll create a new file name database.dart. But before adding the file, let me explain you what I am going to do in the Firebase Firestore. So for an example, so as you can see, there is a today text here, and in the today will show all the work that the user want to do today. So in the Firestore, we'll create a collection name today, and in the today we'll pass all the documents of the work we need to do, and same for the tomorrow and next week. So now let's move and create the file, and we'll pass the class name database methods, and in the database methods we'll write future, and we'll write add today work, where we'll pass the work we need to do today, and in the map we'll pass string dynamic here, and we'll name the map user today map, and we'll pass the specific doc id, and we'll use return await firebase firestore dot instance dot collection, and we'll pass the collection name today here, and we'll pass the specific doc id, and we'll use a set method to set the info of the user for the work they need to do today. Now let's move to the home.dart file, and I will show you how this function will be worked when the user will add the text using the dialog box. Now we'll wrap up the add button with a gesture detector function. Let's move to the database.dart file again, because we need to create some more function for tomorrow and next week. So we copy the same function for today work and we'll change it for tomorrow and next week. Now I will show you, if the user will click on the floating action button, then how the app will suggest the Firestore to upload the each data for today, tomorrow and next week separately. So I will do this by using a single function here. So let's move to the gesture director, and if today is true, then we'll pass the database methods dot add today work, so that the data will be directly added to the today collection here. But before that, I will create a map string dynamic here. The reason for writing string dynamic is because we'll pass the string here, and in the dynamic you can pass any of the thing like double, boolean character, integer, or anything you want, and we'll name the map user to do, and here we'll create a random id by using the random string here. So now let's move to the Pub.dev, and we'll copy the random string package from here and we'll paste it inside the perspec.yaml file. Now in the string id, I will write random alphanumeric 10, which will give us the random 10 alphanumeric character here, and in the map we'll pass the work, which will be the string, and in the to do controller.text, which will be the dynamic character here, and will pass the ID and the specific doc ID, and in the function will pass the map here and the specific doc ID we have just wrote here. And if today will be false, then we'll check that if the user have selected tomorrow here, and if the user have selected tomorrow, then we'll upload the work for tomorrow and will pass the same user info map. And if tomorrow is also false, then here comes the last thing, which will be the next week. So you can see that by just a single floating action button, the app uploading the data to the Firestore separately for today, tomorrow, and next week. So after this function, we'll use navigator.pop context to pop out the database we have just wrote here. Now let's move to the terminal, and I will first write flutter clean here, then flutter pub.get to get all the packages, then flutter run command. So our app has launched successfully. Now you can see that user has selected the today text here because he wants to upload the work for today they need to do. Now he will click on the floating action button here and he will add the text that they want to do. So he will write go to the office and they will click on the add button here. Now let's move to the Firebase and let's check what all things have been uploaded to the Firestore. So after refreshing, you can see that here the collection name today with a specific doc ID and the work that I have just uploaded from the Flutter app. Now let's do same for the tomorrow. So I will first select the tomorrow text here and will go to the floating action button again and will pass the text that we want to do for tomorrow and will click on add. So now refresh the page. So as you can see, our tomorrow collection here with a specific doc ID and the work we are going to do. Now we'll go same for the next week. And we'll click on add button and refresh this page. Now you can see the next week collection with a specific doc ID and the work we going to do for the next week. So as you can see here, by just a single dialog box and the text field, user can upload the data for today, tomorrow and next week, and Firestore uploading the user data separately in the Firebase. So our function are working brilliantly and we are uploading the user data for the work they need to do in the Firestore. So for this idea, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe our channel so that you won't miss out on any of the videos that we'll upload on this channel. Though we are uploading the user data to the Firestore very smoothly, but you can see that we can't see the all the things that we are uploading to the Firestore. So now let's move and show all the things that we are uploading to the Firebase. So in the database.dart file, I will write future stream query snapshot and will name the function get all the work and will pass the string day here. Now, many of the developers might do that they will write a three function for today, tomorrow, and next week. But I will do a small smart work here. I will use a just one function named get all the work and I will call all the three data today, tomorrow, and next week by using the just one function. So let me show how I will do that. So in the day, we'll pass the today, tomorrow and next week and we'll frequently call this function again and again when the user will switch from one text to the another. So Firebase Firestore.instance and will pass the collection day here because I want to pass the today, tomorrow and next week text here, and will use dot snapshot function to get all the things that we have just wrote inside the Firebase. Now to get all the data from the Firebase, I will use a StreamBuilder function here because if you do any changes in the Firebase, then it takes just few seconds to update in the app by using the StreamBuilder. And in the stream I will write to do stream here and will use a get on the load function to call the function that we have just wrote in the database.dart file, and we'll write to do stream equals to await, and we'll write database methods dot get all the work. And as I have told you, I will use just one function and I will call all the three collection here named today, tomorrow and next week. So let me show you how I will do that. So in the day, if today will be true, then we'll pass the collection name today here, and if it is false and tomorrow will be true, then we'll pass the tomorrow collection name here, and if it is false then we'll pass the collection name next week here. Now we'll write init state and we'll call the get on the load function here so that it will frequently loaded as soon as the app launches here. Now we'll write widget and we'll write get function name all work here, and in the return we'll pass a stream builder, and in the builder I will write context, a sync snapshot, and we'll pass the stream that we have just wrote above, which will be the to do stream, and we'll return snapshot dot hash data. So we'll check with the snapshot that if the data is available in the Firestore or not. So if it is, then we'll use a list view dot builder to show all the things in the form of the list view. And in the item builder, I will pass all the index and will write document snapshot ds equals to snapshot dot data, and will get all the doc index here. Now we'll use the item count to count all the document that is available in the Firestore. So snapshot.data.docs.length to get all the length of the data or the doc that available in the Firestore. Now we'll make the padding edge insert dot 0 so that we don't get any padding from the list view dot builder. And if the snapshot didn't have any data, then we'll show the circular progress indicator here, and in the return we'll pass the check tick box that we have just wrote for the UI in the app. So I will cut that widget from here and will paste it inside the stream builder function. So in the text, I will pass the ds work here, which will be the work that we'll get from the Firestore. Now we'll hot restart it again. As of now, I didn't pass the all work function here. So let pass the all work function here. So after writing the all work function, we'll hot restart it again. So I am getting the error. JSON query snapshot has no instance getter doc is because so in the item count I make the small mistake here. So let's move to the item count, and in the item count we'll write snapshot dot data doc docs dot length here. So after making it to docs, we'll hot reload it again and we'll pass the ds work here and we'll hot restart it again. So let's move to the gesture detector and we'll use async await function and we'll refresh the get on the load function and we'll do same for the next week and we'll hot restart it again. So when we'll click on the tomorrow text here, then you can see the work has been changed from go to the park, which is shown in the Firebase. So in the tomorrow text, it is showing the go to the park, but I have missed one more function in the today. So I will write async await and will call the get on the load function in today text too. Now we'll hot restart it again. So as you can see, all the work related to tomorrow, today, tomorrow and next week is showing from the Firebase Firestore, and it is showing all the work that user need to do in just few seconds. So let's move to the floating action button. Let me add the some more work in the today text here. So I will write go to the cricket ground here and we click on add. So as you can see, the our work has been directly added to the today, and we'll refresh this page and you can see the one more document has been created here with a name go to the cricket ground. Now let's move and do same for the tomorrow. So I'll write go to the market and click on add. So let's go back to the today work again, and if you see that if I will click on any of the checkbox here, then it frequently checked all the boxes that we have wrote inside the today text here, which is not right. If the user complete the first work, then we'll click on the checkbox and it will check only that work that they have done. Let's go and handle this case. So let's go to the map again and we'll write a string name yes here and we'll assign the boolean character false, and in the value we'll pass the boolean character by giving the field name yes, and we'll remove the case from the set state here. Now let me explain you what will be happen here. So if the user will click on the tick box, then we'll make the frequent update to the Firestore and will change the yes text field to true and will show that user have clicked this checkbox of that specific work. So to update the field in the database, let's move to the database.dart file and we'll create a function name update if ticked and will pass the specific doc id return await firebase firestore dot instance dot collection, and we need to also pass the day here because we need to also tell if the user have checked the box for today, tomorrow or next week, and will pass the specific doc id, and now we'll update the field yes to true Now cover this case in the curly braces. Now let's move to the home.dart file again and we'll write async await database methods dot update if ticked, and we'll pass the specific doc id by using the ds id here, which will be the this id, and the same case for the day. So it is done. Now we'll hot restart it again, and it is showing that field doesn't present here is because we have just added the yes text field here. So now let's move to the Firebase, and we need to delete all the collections from here because we had just make a small update in the app. Now let's move to the app again, and we'll write a go to the gym inside the today. Now refresh the Firebase page, and here you can see the today collection here with the work, and here yes is false, which is a boolean character. Let me add one more work in the today, and will write go to the market, and one more work has been added here. Now when I'll click to the go to the market, you can see that the work, all the checkbox is not ticked here. The checkbox I have clicked, only that checkbox have been ticked. So by this user can come to the app and can tick the work they do one by one for today. Now you can also see that by update method it is frequently updated the yes to true here, and when you'll hot restart it again you can also see that it is still ticked and it has not been changed to untick. So if the user close the app and he comes to app again, then he might see all the work that he has done with a tick mark here. So I have just added this function because this will give the better experience for the user who is using the app. Like for an example, if he go to the market and he comes back and he opens the app and click on the first tick box, then the app will check only the first work here, and he closes the app again and he again come from the gym and he clicks on the second tick box, then it will tick box the second work. Now we'll do same for the tomorrow and next week. So as you can see how brilliantly our app is working, and we can upload the work that we need to do for today, tomorrow and next week. I have also taught you how to manage Firebase and how to upload the data to the Firestore database. So this is it from this video, but I have a small request from you. Please do not forget to hit that like button so that we can reach the goal of just 100 likes, and also do not forget to hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of the videos we upload on this channel. Until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.